let's go from idea to launch.
The most fun stage.
The most fun stage?
The most fun.
Okay, all right. I would have thought that's probably the most difficult part.
No, that's when everything is possible.
That's when a lot of entrepreneurs think, yes.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
I always tell people, like, especially in the boom times when capital was out there. I mean, if you're a small business, no, you have to be generating cash flow to get debt. But if you're raising equity, I'm like, at that moment, everything you're promising can come true. The second the rubber hits the road, then you get a flat tire and you're like, this was harder than I thought. That idea to launch phase, I think it's why so many people become early stage entrepreneurs and leave when the companies get big. Like, you're just like in a room vibing with your customers, vibing with your team, dreaming up what the future could look like, sketching out how it is possible. I mean, of course, nothing feels better than your first CD of revenue. Like, I can still remember because we were a free business for like over a year. OZE had no paid packages. But when that first CD of revenue hit, like, I still know where I was.
I think you said 30 CDs or $6, equivalent to $6.
Our old subscriptions were 10 CDs a month. That was our starting price. It was set when it was 5 CDs to the dollar.
Huh. Because I remember you saying that it was about $6 per month or something.
So we have packages that are about that.
Right.
Now our entry level package is $3.99 equivalent. It's no longer $2, but there's a ton more features than there were back then.
Right.
And kind of like what gave us the confidence to start charging is we knew we had to charge, and it was always in the game plan. But you're like, okay, is it good enough for someone to pay yet? Is it good enough? Is it good enough? One of our customers is like, I love OZE. It has changed my business. I am making so much more money than I used to make. I don't want you guys to shut down. Can I please pay you?
Huh.
And we're like, but it's a free product. But that kind of gave us the confidence of like, okay, it's time to now like get serious about what are the paid features.
But of course, it wasn't your plan, as you said, to keep it free forever.
It was never the plan to be free forever.
Like Facebook model. Let's get a lot of people, data, and then, let's open the ads.
Yeah. And I mean, we never even had that kind of model, but it was like, we're competing with a notebook.
Mm-hmm.
If we're less good than a notebook, who's going to pay for it? And the only way that we can get better than a notebook is to learn with these customers. So we needed like a good group of users, and our users, I mean, we still get it together with our customers a lot. But in those early days, like once a month on Saturdays, we would have a group of users come in. We'd have workshops. We'd do co-creation. We'd test new ideas with them. And it was almost like they were delivering more value to us than we were to them. So I wasn't going to charge on top of that.
What's your long-term plan for the support you're providing for African small businesses? Your long-term plan? Like, what's the goal of this business?
The goal is that with OZE, starting a small business is a predictable and reliable path to prosperity. So that kind of mission informs the roadmap. Do we put in features? What features do we put in? Well, does it make small business ownership a predictable and reliable path to prosperity or not? So that kind of guides things for us. Of course, small businesses are always going to fail, but if you use OZE, we want your chance of success to be higher than your chance of failure.
Is it happening at the moment? Are you seeing more businesses who are becoming a lot more successful by using your platform, or you're seeing people just get through the bottom?
So it's definitely a kind of eat your vegetables, go to the gym type platform, right? Like,
okay.
you should be using it, but until you've actually built that habit, it's really easy to stop, right? So we have a lot of people come on the platform, they send their first receipt, and then never come back. But those that get over that hurdle and actually adopt the platform, we see great things for their business. I mean, I'm seeing when the loans are going out, so I'm seeing people actually increase their capacity to borrow, grow their business to the point where, like, it is really remarkable how you can see, okay, this was a small business run out of a dorm room. Now they're exporting around the world. Like, we have tons of stories like that.
Okay.
So OZE does help you to succeed. And now it's just, how do we let each and every business owner with a smartphone know OZE exists and give them that motivation to get over that first hump. Because 2 days of records do nothing for your business. 1 week, maybe you're starting to see some cool things. 1 month, you're like, okay, now I knew what I earned this month. But really, your records don't become valuable to you until a quarter in, 6 months in. And you just got to keep that motivation, keep putting in the work to the point where you have enough data to now see trends, to now actually use it to make good decisions, and to actually see that you're making more money.
I guess, once you have the data, the next job is to analyze the data, look at it, and then make quality decisions, based on that data. And are people doing that?
I mean, I'm not in the minds of all of our customers.
Because of your mentorship, you said you have support.
Yeah.
For a lot of
So yes, the ones that do reach out, the ones that use our supports, the ones that come to the trainings, and then I go out and do a lot of research too. And we send daily business tips, and people will quote back I used to write all of the business tips. I don't anymore. But people will quote back a business tip that I wrote at me and say, oh, that changed everything in how I do my business. So yeah, I do see at an individual level, I see businesses thriving, and then aggregate, when I look across all of our data, I see that compared to last year, compared to the year before, OZE is easier to adopt. OZE provides more value, and the companies are doing better than they were. Even in this Ghana, which is not an easy market.
Yeah, quite a difficult market.